The second we view rejection as a positive thing, something that gets us closer to a yes, everything changes. We become unstoppable. Hey, Wafa here. Make sure you like this video and subscribe to my channel. It always makes me happy. Growing up, I experienced bullying in school, and somehow I survived it without losing my sanity and not having my mental health suffer from it too much. And that got me thinking, yeah, we're very resilient, and so as an adult, there's gotta be things that I can do and I can share with others to strengthen my rejection muscle. In my day-to-day job as a career and wellness coach, I noticed that my clients tend to struggle with being rejected. It really impacts their self-confidence when it comes to taking action to network or search for a job or even socialize with others. Now, I don't aim to be an expert at handling rejection in any way, but in this video I definitely feel like I can share my personal tried and tested tips on how to become bulletproof to rejection. So here are 5 powerful principles to help you see rejection in a new way. Number 1 is to not take rejection personally. The main thing about rejection is that most people tend to interpret that as a personal dig, as a personal attack. And in reality, it's not. People are busy and they have their own lives. They have their own wins, their challenges to overcome, their moments of high peaks of energy and low periods of low mood and energy. And so we don't know that, right? We cannot plan and account for everyone's timeline. Just because one day we woke up feeling courageous and motivated enough to reach out to someone doesn't mean that they're in the same mood to connect and socialize and respond and share tips with others. Maybe in their life at that moment it's not a good day, or it's a very busy day, or it's a moment where they don't want to socialize and open up. They want to isolate and turn inwards. This is a perfect case where empathy is your best friend. Exercising empathy to see things from the other person's perspective can help you rewrite the script in your head and debunk that belief that you must have done something wrong, or you're not enough, or this is about you, and the fact that you didn't get a response was probably because of you. Another way that can help you not take things personally is to think about the times where yourself had to take some time off from social media, from socializing with friends and family. So remember those times where you were not in the mood to interact with anyone. You shut down your inbox, you did not check your notifications, you just needed some time off. You were perhaps too tired or too busy or too happy and enjoying your best life. So much so that you didn't just give any attention to the request that you were getting in. Remember that? So here we go. Perhaps that's them now. Tip number 2. It's a numbers game. Being bulletproof to rejection, it's just a numbers game. Whether in dating, networking, or job hunting, volume matters as much as quality. Plus, when you first start making offers, you may feel very awkward and rejection may really sting. But as you send more and more and more requests, you will essentially strengthen that rejection muscle. And over time, what felt really hurtful and awkward at first might feel bearable to the minimum, if not routine, normal at best. Expecting all of your requests to be positively answered by everyone you sent them out to is a bit unrealistic. To be more conservative, assume that 90% of the people who reach out to you will never respond, and be fine with that. Now, that's a bit extreme, but it does leave room for you to be pleasantly surprised by a higher number of people reaching out to you. The question then becomes, how many people are you willing to reach out to get the minimum desired amount of interactions? Tip number 3, no really means yes. Yes, I know that sounds counterintuitive, but it's true. Imagine a timeline. Every time you get a no, you basically take one step towards a future yes that was in the cards for you. Essentially, every time you get a no, you're moving closer forward to your goal. No matter how many no's you get, it only takes one yes to get more yeses. So it's all about building up resilience and patience and grit while you keep taking action towards getting your first yes. Once you accept that, you essentially change your perception of what rejection means. It starts becoming this momentum building thing that helps you move forward towards your goals. A mantra that I like repeating to myself every time I get a no is, I'm failing forward, or I'm succeeding forward, whichever you prefer. And essentially it really reinforces this idea that every time you get a no, you're not going backwards. No. We are indeed moving forward. It helps us grow and learn from the past. Another huge perspective shift. No also can mean yes, because it could mean no thanks for now, but perhaps yes later. So every time you get a no, it could be no now, but it can also mean yes at a later date. So perhaps the person said no now, you got rejection now because it was not the right timing for things. Keep that in mind because it will help you for the next step. Tip number 4, rejection is fuel. The powerful thing about rejection is that it always creates an emotion. Whether it's a positive or negative emotion, it always creates an emotion that then can be a fuel, a building forward force that we can use to bring more positive change in our life and do something about our current situation. No can actually mean no thanks for now, but yes for later. The emotion that it can create within us is hope. As we no longer view no as no forever, but instead as perhaps yes later, then it creates this anticipation and this hope for the future that things can go in a more positive direction for us. And so then it prepares us to keep taking the action and to stay consistent with our efforts and to also follow up, which then in turn does increase our chances of getting a yes in the future. In the event you get an uncomfortable emotion such as anger or sadness when you get a no, pay attention to how that made you feel and how you can leverage those emotions to a driving force to help you create more positive change in your life. Could you be changing your approach? Could you be changing the way you present yourself? Or perhaps were you targeting the wrong opportunities or targeting them at the wrong time? Those emotions really prime you to take a step back and look at the situation and understand to not give up, but instead look at the bigger picture and understand what is it that you can do to get a different result. And tip number 5, be patient. As I was saying, becoming rejection proof is something to practice over time. Over time, it becomes bearable and we get used to them. Imagine a person practicing jiu-jitsu. I love visualizing that person kicking the boxing bag with their shins. When I tried that sport a while ago, the coach really pushed us to keep training and hitting the bag with our shins again and again and again. And I personally hate doing that because it really hurts my shins. But then the coach said the people who do it consistently over time, their shins get stronger. So at first they're all bruised and sometimes they may bleed and hurt, but over time the skin and the bones get stronger and more resilient. And so next time they show up to a combat, they can kick their opponent and win a fight. I don't know about you, but I personally prefer getting a no over email or in real life versus practicing kickboxing with my shins. But again, that's just me. To sum up, remember that everything comes at the right time. Rejection and getting no's sucks, and it may sting at first, but no has the meaning we give to it. And so if you start seeing this as a positive thing in your life, something that can help you build you up, grow, derive lessons from your current situations, the more likely we are to take chances in the future and to take more risks to get what we want when it comes to networking or job hunting or socializing or dating. Now, I really want to know, how do you personally handle rejection? Let me know in the comments down below. And if you've enjoyed this video, make sure you like it and subscribe to my channel. As I said, it always makes my day. See you next week. Bye.